Good morning everyone, how are you all? So this morning I have come on my morning walk to a beautiful place not far from where I live, and it's actually an archaeological site. It's called Windmill, Tump, Long Barrow, and it's a Neolithic site, a burial chamber from about 3800 BC, and it's just gorgeous. And it's apparently it was a burial site from the Neolithic farming community, and it has lots of burial chambers and lots of bodies were found here. So I thought I'd film from here because I've just had the most glorious walk. It is a beautiful day in the Cotswolds. It is absolutely life affirming. Can you hear the birds? There's nothing, no people anywhere. It's just stunning countryside. The buds are starting to form on the trees and it's just beautiful. And it's actually my birthday weekend this weekend, so I'm really excited to have a lovely weekend. I've got the theatre later with my daughter, which I will film later on, and I've got a lovely day planned for tomorrow as well. So I'm going to share some of that with you. And I just wanted you to see the gloriousness of this countryside. It's Pixie. Absolutely delighted to be out in this beautiful sunshine. Look at this gorgeous tree. Look at the roots of that. Isn't that special? And Elsie. Couldn't wait to get out this morning, and neither could I, to be honest. It's just so glorious to have sunshine at long last. She's so excited. Isn't it beautiful? So this is the Long Barrow, and inside here is the burial chamber. I'll just walk around to show you because it's quite interesting. Peace everywhere, which is actually what I needed this weekend. I've had such a busy week, so it's really nice just to get out and have a gorgeous walk. And here is the entrance to this site, what was once a burial chamber. I think it's pretty special here. The energy of the place feels really calm and lovely. So on my birthday weekend, I just wanted to reflect, I suppose, on the 49 years that I've had on this planet and the journey that I've had. And I think midlife is a fantastic place to start that inward reflective journey, because it's a time to reevaluate. It's often a time when massive change happens in one's life, and it's a time to really reflect on what's made you, what's made you the person that you've become, the battles that you fought, the things you've been through, the changes that you've had to make and adapt as you've grown older, and the lessons that you've learnt. And I think this is a time to really come into yourself, because now is the time when possibly you've had children, they've grown up, or they're teenagers, and perhaps you haven't had children, but it's a time when you really need to think about why you're here, what it is you want from life, what it is you want to give to the world, and to stop the criticism, to stop the constant flagellation, to stop idolizing other people, forgetting your own sovereignty, forgetting your own wisdom, forgetting who you are. It's really a time to get back in touch with all of those things and to listen to your inner voice, because your intuition is strong at this point in your life, really strong, and you just need to be quiet and to listen to that intuition and to let it lead you where it wants you to go, because now is the time. You know, if there's ever a time when you need to seize the moment and really fulfill your life purpose, really start to enjoy life, really start to uncover those talents that everybody has been given, because we've all got talents, hidden talents, perhaps things that we were born with, things that perhaps we're good at, or skills that we've learnt, or just characteristics that make us who we are, that we've buried, that we've forgotten, that we have put aside for other people, to serve the needs of other people. And that's fantastic, because to serve is to live a good life. But in order to serve well, we need to come from a place of authenticity. We need to come from a place of knowing ourselves and honouring what it is we've been given, because we've all been given this one precious life. To quote Mary Oliver, beautiful poem by the way, if you've never read it, read Wild Geese. It's a stunning poem, and she says something like, what do you plan to do with this one precious life? And it's so true. It is precious. It's so precious. Any of us could go at any moment. We don't know how long we've got left on this planet. Things are difficult. The world is in chaos. You know, you only have to look at the politics of the past few days, past few weeks, to see that, and to see how many people are striving for, you know, inauthentic power, and striving to create conflict. And what we really need to do is look inside ourselves to find out where we can find the peace within ourselves. And if we find the peace within ourselves, then we can radiate that out to the world. So think about perhaps what it is that you're really good at, or what it is that you really love, because there's something for everybody. I don't believe anybody was born on this earth without some sort of talent, some sort of latent beauty inside of them that needs to be explored. And now is the time. So it's time to somehow try to step back from your life and claim that. Claim your own power. Don't give your power away. And as women, we have a lot of power. You know, women are creators in the finest sense. I mean, we create children, we create life, but we are the creators, we are the nurturers, and we have so much power within us to change ourselves, to change the world around us, just by being authentically ourselves. So perhaps this is a weekend of reflection. It is my birthday, and I think moments like this and New Year perhaps are the times when you do start to think about what it is you want to become, and to try to become more of yourself every day. Try and become a little bit more of yourself, and stop hiding, stop being invisible. You don't need to be invisible. You don't need to hide away from the world. You don't need to hide your truth, whatever that is. It's time to step out into the limelight, because these times are calling for it. These challenging times are the times when we need to step up, when we need to be our most creative, loving selves, and be able to help people. Pixie has a lot to say on the subject. She's definitely claimed her sovereignty. She has definitely come into her power. Oh, she's very, very funny. Anyway, I hope you are doing something wonderful today, something for yourself at some point, and I hope you can see the beauty around you today in some little way, whatever that may be. So I've just got back from my glorious walk with the dogs. They have had a lovely bath and they're sleeping now on the sofa. They're absolutely shattered. And when I got back, there was a parcel waiting for me of goodies that I ordered for my birthday. And so I thought it might be fun to share that with you. And before I open it, I just wanted to share my thoughts on makeup and natural beauty. So I've always been somebody who likes to wear makeup. I think there's a huge difference between being incredibly vain and hiding behind makeup perhaps, and using makeup as a form of self-expression and creativity. And I think it's quite fun to use makeup. I love to experiment with colours and things. But as somebody who's always struggled really with detoxification, I have over the years sought to find products that are a lot more natural. And many years ago, I found a fantastic company in America called 100% Pure. I'm not sure if you've come across them before. I don't think they're widely known, but you can get hold of the products over here from several different companies that stock them now. When I first started ordering, I used to order from America, but now you can get things over here. And 100% Pure is a company that makes cosmetics that are cruelty-free, 100% pure, free of toxins, chemicals, and they use natural pigments and dyes. So they use things like berries and green tea and all sorts of amazing tree bark, amazing things to create the colours for their cosmetics. And they are non-toxic, as I say, and cruelty-free and naturally pigmented. So they're fantastic to wear if you are concerned about the use of chemicals and not using too many chemicals on your skin, because as we know, everything that goes onto your skin enters your body and can disrupt your hormones and all sorts of things. And so I think it's really lovely to find a company that do really natural makeup, but they also are quite philanthropic, and I think they donate to various animal charities and plant trees and all sorts of things. So I think it's really nice to find a company that, you know, when you buy from them, you're doing something good as well. So I thought I'd show you some of the products that I use and that I've reordered, and some new ones as well. And I'll just open the box to show you. So the first thing I think I'll show you is, this is the liquid eyeliner, and it's made from tea, black tea, and it's called Long Last Liquid Eyeliner. And this is great because it doesn't sink into the skin. So when you wear it, it does last most of the day, and it sort of sits on the surface of the skin, which is great because it doesn't feel like it's sinking in. And I'm just looking at the ingredients now, and it's got all sorts of things in it, like black tea leaf extract, aloe vera, oregano leaf, thyme, flower leaf, rosemary, japonica, that is, oh, beautiful plant, jasmine, isn't it? Honeysuckle flower, camellia rather, sorry. Oregano, yeah, all natural things. So I'll just show you, and I wear this most days, and it's a really lovely product, and actually they've been stocked out for quite a while. I think perhaps sometimes they have trouble sourcing the ingredients, I don't know. So I'm really pleased to have that back in my makeup arsenal. And this is a bronzer, and it's the cocoa pigmented bronzer. And again, the ingredients, this is made from cacao powder, cacao seed, pigments of cacao, apricot fruit, peach fruit, coffee extract, lavender, the list goes on, rosehip seed oil. So it's actually not really damaging your skin either, because you know, makeup can be quite harsh for the skin. So I'll just show you that one. And what else did I order? This lovely palette, and it's called the Fruit Pigmented Berry Naked, and it's got a luminizer, a blusher, and 3 eyeshadows of the colours that I wear. I like to wear sort of browny colours on my eyes. I've got hazel eyes, so I think that suits me the best. I'll just show you. Isn't that lovely? And the luminizer is great because you can just use it on your cheekbones to give you that lovely glow. So that's fantastic. And I also ordered a few products from a different company that I've not ordered before called Ilia, I-L-I-A, and I ordered the Limitless Lash Mascara. I thought I'd give it a try. And again, I looked at the ingredients for this and it seemed to be pretty clean. And an eyebrow pencil as well, from the same company. So I think that's everything. So I'm going to be using those this weekend because most of my products are sort of down to nothing. I tend to use makeup until it is completely dissipated. So I'm looking forward to having some fresh, lovely makeup. And what I might do is put a link to 100% Pure in the description box. But as I say, you can order from companies over here now. I think I got this one from a company called Naturissimo. Yeah, Naturissimo, who stock some of the 100% Pure, and the other company as well. So if you're interested in beauty, natural beauty, then perhaps that's something you might like to give a try. I absolutely love eating salads, but in the winter and in the cold weather, it's actually better for your body to eat warm foods because your body is then able to maintain its core temperature. So one of the things I like to make regularly, and I often take this to work, is a little ratatouille with some feta cheese and pine nuts. And it's so simple to make and it's really tasty, and you can make up a batch, you can freeze it, you can put it in the fridge for a couple of days, and it's a really lovely thing to have for lunch. You can serve it on its own, you can serve it with some bread, some lentils or beans even, but I like to have it on its own just the way it is. So to make the ratatouille, you'll need some lovely root vegetables. I've got an aubergine, courgette. I've also got peppers, mushrooms, a red onion, some garlic, and some spinach that I had left in the fridge. I've also got some fennel because I love that. I love roasted fennel, and it does taste really nice in it, but a lot of people don't like fennel because of this sort of aniseedy flavour, although it's quite sweet when you roast it. So it's up to you. I mean, there's lots of vegetables you can use. You can even put carrot in something like that, and it's lovely and sweet. And I've also got a little bit of passata and some sun-dried tomato paste, and my pine nuts, which I absolutely love, and they just give it a little bit of crunch. And I've got basil and oregano, dried basil and oregano, because I absolutely love those Italian flavours. I think they work really well with the tomato. But again, you know, play it by ear. You can use whatever herbs you've got or whatever herbs you like. but I just love that basil and that lovely Italian flavour. It's just gorgeous. So what you want to do is you want to put your oven on. I probably put my oven on to about 190 and get a baking tray and just cube all the vegetables, not too small because it's nice to have them in chunks. And so they're all going to get chopped, placed in the baking tray with a little bit of olive oil drizzled over, some passata, a few teaspoons of sun-dried tomato, and your herbs, a little bit of Celtic sea salt, and you're going to roast those down. They probably will need to be covered so that they don't burn, but I like to take that covering off the last sort of 15 minutes or so they can really roast down. And actually, the longer you can roast them for, the more flavoursome this dish is. And it is really nice the day after you make it as well. It's almost nicer than the day that you make it because I think all the flavours stew down and they're just really tangy and oh, just gorgeous, so flavoursome. So I'm going to get on and chop the vegetables. Time for cuddles with my favourites. So here is the finished ratatouille, and doesn't it look yummy? I can't wait to dive in. I'm going to have some in a moment. I'm just letting it cool down. Bon appetit. Yum. Really gorgeous. You must try this recipe. It's so lovely. It's so easy to make. So I'm just about to leave to pick up my daughter, and tonight we have something really exciting planned. We are going to the theatre, and we are going to the Barn Theatre in Cirencester. Cirencester is a beautiful Roman Cotswold town, and the Barn Theatre is a theatre that we go to quite regularly. It's a fantastic little theatre. It's only a 200-seater and it's only been open since about 2018, I think. And it has some wonderful work on there. They have pre-runs for West End performances. They have classical plays, new writers. They're quite into supporting new writers, I think. And they're quite innovative. So there's some really amazing productions on there, and we've seen some absolute corkers. But tonight I decided to book to see a comedy because I think we could all do with a bit of a laugh at the moment. And I absolutely love comedies. I just think they're the best. So we're going to see a play called A Role to Die For by a playwright called Jordan Waller, who's a Bristol boy, I think, and he's a screenwriter and an actor and a director, I think. So I haven't seen any of his work before, so I'm really interested to see what the play will be like. Apparently it's very, very funny. It's had 4-star reviews across the board. It's had some great write-ups, so hopefully we are in for a fantastic evening. And I can't think of anything better than going with my daughter to the theatre and having a howl and just laughing all evening. So I'm really excited, as I say. I've had a lovely day today, and yeah, this is quite a treat. It's a lovely treat to go to the theatre. And I always think, especially after lockdown and COVID, how lucky we are to have these theatres, particularly these theatres that are near to us, regional theatres, because so many theatres suffered in the pandemic and closed, and so many actors and directors and writers and were out of work, and obviously, and you know, I think the arts are essential to us as a species, because art is what informs us of the the human condition. Art teaches us about ourselves. Theatre teaches us about what it is to be human. It's like going and holding up a mirror, and I think we need that, and I think every civilization needs art, whether it's music, theatre, dance, painting, whatever. I think it's essential. So we try to support our local theatres wherever we can, and it's not a hardship because we always have a fantastic evening. So I will see you at the theatre. So we're just inside the theatre now, and I just wanted to say a few words about the performance. The play is called A Role to Die For. You can hear the James Bond music playing in the background. Isn't it wonderful? And there's a fantastic set. I'm looking at an oak panelled set with big black and white photographs of all the James Bonds. And the premise of the show is that the casting director of James Bond is looking for the next James Bond, and she finds him, I think, and then he pulls out a day before filming starts. So I presume chaos then ensues, and we have lots of hilarity. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what the play was about. But apparently there's a very funny moment with a muffin, so I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, I'll speak to you after and we'll let you know how it went. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. So we've just come out of the play and we're just going to have a drink in the Ingleside Inn. And yeah, we had a fantastic evening. The play was absolutely brilliant, as I knew it would be. The actors were fabulous, gave really fast-paced, intense, slick performances, and the show was really interesting. It asked a lot of interesting questions about casting and social media, trolling, the way that the world is now, the way that roles are cast. You know, is it even relevant if somebody is of a different race or sexuality? Does it matter? You know, is it not just about who's right for the role? So yeah, so it was really, really interesting, and it was funny. There was a lot of innuendo and a lot of obviously references to James Bond, which was fun, and the music was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we've had a really lovely evening, and we're just gonna have a drink and then we're gonna head home.